안녕하세요. Welcome again to the class Korean Cultural Heritage. Again, this is already week 4, so new topic today. What's the title for the week? Push it harder here. Okay, lesson 4, traditional lifestyles of Korea. First, housing. This week will be followed by the study of clothing and eating. So again, this is interesting topic. So we'll start with the Korean housing. So these are objectives. So at the end of this session, you will know what the distinctive features of Korean traditional house called hanok. So hanok literally means traditional house. So if you visit Korea, where is hanok? That means the traditional house. And know what ondol, interesting features here called is heated floor ondol is and its mechanism. So those are two main emphasis of this week. hanok, these are some of pictures taken in remaining hanok area within in Seoul. You can see this is outside, interior. It shows the gate and walls and roof. Again, it looks very distinctive compared to contemporary house structure or buildings these days. So simply it's called traditional Korean house. It's called hanok. And here, very interesting concept here. The hanok is based on the coexistence of nature and humans. What does that mean? So this has to do with the aesthetics of building hanok. In traditional society, the traditional house builder, they believe, they hope, they create a house within, in a very harmonious relationship with the nature. Instead of building high-rise building or something stand out, instead they want have house and also the village as a whole placed in this kind of naturalistic environment. So that's very interesting aesthetics. Again, we'll talk more on that in the lecture notes. And again, this term appears again over and over. Confucian teachings prevailed in every aspect of Joseon life, already emphasized a few times, and try to build their house within the framework of Confucian norms. So in every culture, the house itself is a practical solution. I mean, we need a house to live in. But the actual structure or decorations or spatial arrangements always reflects the social norms. So if you look at the Middle Age cathedral and take the Buddhist temple in Japan, so or China, I mean, if you look at these architectural styles, if you look at the characteristics, it's always have to do with the social and cultural norms or ideology on a given time. So in this sense, Joseon Dynasty, the Confucian ideology influenced the hanok structure. Number 4, the layout of a traditional house was based on Confucian ideas. What does that mean? They separate residences based on class, sex, and age. There's a class system exists in Joseon Dynasty. So there is a hanok only reserved for elites, yangban at the time. Of course, not everyone can enter this yangban house, and also it has different house structure. Sex, what does that mean? If you enter hanok, the hanok itself is divided by the sexual line. There's area reserved only for male members of society and female members of society. In general, the female member of a house, family members, they are most cases located in the inner core of a house structure. So they cannot be seen easily from outside. And also there is a gate and wall to protect them to be seen from others, outsiders, of course. And age. So in traditional hanok structure, I hope you can learn visually in a class, in a lecture notes. I mean, there's an area, again, reserved for elders, let's say grandfather or grandparents. So this grandson, there are areas you can easily approach or you are not supposed to get in. So just this hanok structure, spatially, just teach how to enter. There is a place you can't enter. So again, reflects, has to do with Confucian ideas. Number 5, another unique feature of traditional houses is there a special design for cooling the interior in the summer and heating the interior in the winter. This is very interesting, practical design found in Korean traditional house. I mentioned already the ondol. If I translate it literally, that means it's a warm or heated stone. Actually, it's a slab of stone that's laid on the ground. And it's a flow-based heating system and daechung, which means a cool wooden floor style hall. So it's just so familiar for Korean, but if you're an outsider, it is very interesting kind of connection or coexistence. This winter residence and summer residence kind of connected together. So if you take this so-called cool wooden floor, there's a cool air circulating underneath. So this is very proper, suitable for high temperature, which is the summer. And ondol, again, this is pang, the room area. So with this heating system, this is developed to live in a cold, harsh winter. So there are 4 seasons in Korea. So it's a great adaptation. Summer, you stay in a maru area, winter, and ondol. So the scholars of traditional house believes pretty much this ondol culture first invented or started in the northern, much colder province. And this wooden floor house structure, which was first developed from southern, much warmer provinces, and they kind of meeting together and finally kind of became a one kind of a combined structure can be found from late Shilla or early Goryeo period. Again, this interesting adaptations to different seasons in Korea. So the ondol is very interesting. Again, very distinctive features of Korean house. We need more space here. Ondol, found only in Korea, is a house heating system to warm the floor itself. This is actually the picture. This is a furnace, agungi area. You can see this the raw woods to be fired. So on those system, there are a few elements here called agungi, a furnace, I just explained, and a gore, these are Korean vocabulary here, a floor here, and gudulchang. Gudulchang sounds again exotic, but that means a stone slab, and finally chimney called gultuk. We are losing gultuk these days, and also gudulchang, even young generation can understand. Again, the next slides will show you exactly what it means. This is the very self-explanatory graphic of the ondol system. You can see the kitchen area right here. So this is kind of very economic, efficient invention, I think. you use this fire first to cook. At the same time, they use same energy to heat the floor of the room. So this part is called ondol. And the whole thing is ondol system, as I said before. So heated air circulating under this stone slab. So it becomes warm. And then this, the air finally goes out through the chimney. So it's very genuine, interesting invention of Korean traditional house system. So I think, look at the efficiencies and very genuine idea. Instead of having the fireplace within a house, that means it creates a lot of building a fire within an interior closed space is impossible. But at the same time, you can have this warmed, heated air circulating. And that air warms the stone slab. You sit on it right here. So, and also virtually the heated air circulates the interior air overall. So it's a very interesting way to heat the interior. So it's a very scientific system which puts conduction and radiation and convention all to good use. So there is no waste of energy here. And also this ondol had a great effect on the lifestyle of Koreans. So traditionally, the Korean lifestyle is sitting culture. So you have a leg crossed and sit, as I just draw here. So instead of using chairs, which is a different Western cultures, lifestyle, but traditionally it's very sitting, has to do with this ondol, development of ondol culture. So Korean lifestyle of getting heat by warming the floor, and they sitting on the warm floor has still been maintained. Still maintained, what does that mean? We are losing Hanok, of course, because of this rapid urbanization and industrialization, because of the efficient use of limited land and also the construction efficiencies. Hanok is disappearing fast, of course. That's the reality. But some of the traditional, these ondol features still remain with us. If you look at the Korean apartment structure even today, it's a very Western communal residence style imported from abroad as early as 1920s. I guess first the Korean made apartment was done in 1958. So it's relatively new. So it's very Western imported living styles. But if you look at this apartment today, this apartment, high-rise building, 20-story highs, but they have ondol. So instead of using fire, burning woods, they have boiler system, the warm water circulating underneath, like we can see in a traditional house. So Hanok is disappearing, but ondol system itself still survives. And some scholars says this unique heating system is beginning to be exporting to other countries because the efficiencies and very genuine inventions was highly valued. So very interesting developments you can see even today. So the housing, these are two important features, I think. The Confucianism, the connection between this ideology and actual spatial arrangement. So this, the interrelationship is quite interesting. And secondly, the ondol, very interesting, genuine invention. And so it has to do, again, with a seated lifestyle. So actually the Korean, contemporary Korean lifestyle, if you look at it, there are chairs, of course. But in rooms, they prefer sit sit on the floor. So there is two different living style, lifestyles coexist in a contemporary Korean culture. Again, it's very interesting juxtapositions, traditional and contemporary. So this wraps up our discussion on Korean housing, Hanok. Next week, we'll continue to talk about clothing and food. Thank you.